Hey, it is your girl, the messenger with a smile. The message is the Torah. The smile is because we speak the truth in love. And why do we do it? Is because Yahweh, He desires a relationship with His creation. He wants us to have a relationship with Him. So we read in Deuteronomy, the 5th book of the Torah. We're in the 3rd chapter, Deuteronomy chapter 3. And they're going over the history here. They're going over the history of what transpired in Exodus and Numbers and in Leviticus before they got to the Promised Land. My phone tripping. All right. Chapter 3, verse 1. Then we turned and went up the road to Bashan, and Og, king of Bashan, came out against us, he and all his people, to battle at Edrei. And this is the Amplified Bible. And the Lord said to me, do not fear him, for I have given him and all his people and his land unto your hand, and you shall do to him as you did to Sihon, king of the Amorites, who live at Heshbon. So the Lord, Yahweh, Adonai, your Elohim, also gave unto your hands Og, king of Bashan, and all his people, and we smote him until not one was left to him. And we took all his cities at that time. There was not a city which we did not take from them, 60 cities, the whole region of Argob, the king of Og, in Bashan. And all these cities were fortified with high and haughty walls and gates and bars, besides a great many unwalled villages. And we utterly destroyed them, as we did to Sihon, king of Heshbon, utterly destroying every city, men, women, and children. And I know that bothers a lot of people, but we're going to get into that later. That was verse 6 of Deuteronomy chapter 3. Verse 7, but all the cattle and the spoil of the cities we took for booty for ourselves. So we took the land at that time out of the hand of 2 kings of the Amorites, who were beyond the Jordan, from the valley of Arnon to Mount Hermon. The Sidonians call Hermon Sirion, and the Amorites call it Senir. All the cities of the plain, all Gilead and all Bashan, as far as Selek and Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og in Bashan. For only Og, king of Bashan, remained of the remnant of the gigantic Rephaim. Behold, his bedstead was of iron. Is it not in Rabbah of the king of Amorites? 9 cubits high, 9 cubits was its length, and 4 cubits its breadth, using the cubit of a man, the forearm to the end of the middle finger. When we took possession of this land, I gave to the Reubenites and the Gadites the territory from Aroer, this was on the other side of Jordan, which is on the edge of the valley of Arnon, and half the hill country of Gilead and its cities, the rest of Gilead and all of Bashan, the kingdom of Og, that is, all the region of Argob in Bashan, I gave to the half-tribe of Manasseh. It is called the land of Rephaim, of giant stature. Jair, son of Manasseh, took all the region of Argob, that is, Bashan, as far as the border of the Geshurites and the Machites, and called it after its own name, Havoth, after his own name. So he named it after his own name, Havoth Jair. So it is called to this day. And I gave Gilead to Mechar, the son of Manasseh, and to the Reubenites and the Gadites I gave from Gilead, even from the valley of Arnon, with the middle of the valley as the boundary of it, as far over as the river Jabbok, the boundary of the Amorites, the Arabah also with the Jordan as its boundary, from the Shinnereth as far as the Sea of Arabah, the Salt Dead Sea, under the cliffs of the headlands of Pisgah on the east. And I commanded you at that time, saying, the Lord your God, or Adonai your Elohim, has given you this land to possess it. You, Reuben, Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh shall go over the Jordan armed before your brethren, the other Israelites, all that are able for war. But your wives and your little ones and your cattle, I know that you have many cattle, shall remain in your cities which I have given you, until the Lord, Adonai or Yahweh, has given rest to your brethren as to you, and until they possess the land which the Lord your God has given them beyond the Jordan. Then shall you return every man to the possession which I have given you. And this is Moses speaking. And I commanded Joshua at that time, saying, your own eyes have seen all that the Lord your God has done to these two kings, Sihon and Og. So shall the Lord do to all the kingdoms which you are going over in Jordan. You shall not fear them, for the Lord your God shall fight for you. And I besought the Lord at that time, saying, O Lord God, you have only begun to show your servant your greatness. Only begun. Ooh, it's only began to show your servant your greatness and your mighty hand. For what God, little g, is there in heaven or on earth that can do according to your works and according to your might? That's a question. And I pray you, will you not just let me go over and see the good land? This is again Moses speaking. And beyond the Jordan, that goodly mountain country with Hermon and Lebanon. But the Lord was angry with me on your account, talking about angry with Moses on the account of the Israelites, and would not listen to me. And the Lord said to me, that is enough. Say no more to me about it. Get up to the top of Pisgah, and lift your eyes westward and northward and southward and eastward, and behold it with your eyes, for you shall not go over this Jordan. But charge Joshua and encourage and strengthen him, for he shall go over before this people, and he shall cause them to possess the land which you see, Moses. So we remained in the valley opposite Bethor. I'm telling you, if you want it, it's right there. His character, his love, his promise, who he is, what he does, what he don't do. It's all there. And those are necessary things to know, to see, to hear, to believe, to have a relationship. I love you, but most importantly, he loves you. Make sure you seek his face today.